Hello, this is the 31st day of December 2012. We are ending a year which has been a great journey, a great experience to the life of our church. July 31st, we have a roof. October 9th, we warm the building. We began this year with a dream of having a roof, a 600 million Uganda shilling roof on our new facility. And it was, the year was themed the year of great exploits. And we did not know how we would really achieve that. It only had to take faith for us to have a roof on our new facility.
It's not yet complete, but we know that our God is a God that starts and completes. So we're looking forward to the completion of that work.
Lord, bless us in this place. Father, you told us months ago that you've already moved to this place. And Father, we follow you to this place because we know that this is where you planned us to be in this season. It's a year when Uganda celebrated its jubilee, its 50th year of anniversary. And for us as Christian, jubilee is not only celebrating, but it's a year of release. It's a year of new beginnings. And as a church, we captured the spirit.
Yeah, Uganda at 50 years. Congratulations.
Hey man, I'm here, I'm happening. We are celebrating 50 years of Uganda. Every Ugandan, you know what? Celebrate in Jesus' name.
No more power cuts, no more corruption, no more lack of water, no more diseases. And we had a community table where we invited over 150 members of our community to eat and enjoy with us. We also had a drama which was done on the 22nd through 23rd, 24th of October, and the drama was called Azania. Azania was a special production that brought together all the events, the history of Uganda since independence.
I am the Quest, giver of life, Alpha without Omega.
By the way, the word Azanian in the Bible means he whom God hears. A video I recommend everyone should buy and keep somewhere to help him or her capture the discourse, the story.
The drama itself was a church warming event where we hosted so many people in our new building for the first time, and the production will always be remembered in our minds. 2012 has been a year of lows and highs, but the deepest low in my life was the loss of my dear mother. I think there are some things you learn to soak in eventually in life. I would say my mother began dying 3 years ago because I would feel that she is going, and when she would press to come to church, I would do it willingly because I would think that maybe after church she will not be around. So that was a very low moment because, first of all, my mom's death comes with challenges. She was born in a royal family. She is a royal, she's a princess, and I knew it would not be easy. So my mom had specified that she doesn't want to be buried like a witch. She said she's a Christian and have to oversee the burial. And she said if everything refuses and they don't want her to be buried the way she wants to be buried, then I would rather bury her around church. And of course resistance, which doctors who came carrying things into the grave, to carry things into the grave of my mom, and I had to face them. I asked the Lord, what should I do at such a moment? And the Lord gave me strength to rebuke them and stop them. It became a news piece. People were saying, how dare he stop the witchcraft to go on. But I was proud that God gave me grace to stand and resist the works of evil. I know my mom is rested in heaven, and if she was given a moment to look at what was going on earth, I believe she must have cheered and said, that's the way to go. And thank God for that time. The Mityana big one was an exciting event. We were working in conjunction with the Church of Uganda, Mityana, Bishop Kazimba. We went together to the same leadership school in Singapore, and he's quite a fiery, very charismatic preacher. The experience was amazing because we were working with people with a totally different paradigm of ministry, and the reverends doubted whether what we were doing, some of them doubted whether what we were doing was to come to pass. Some thought we were
conmen buffet, and we won't pull out such an event. And questions were, have you ever seen it anywhere? I had 2 high points. One, I was very glad with our mission team who went with us to Mityana. We worked as a team. Everyone did their best. I thank God for Movit. I want to thank God for the women who dressed up, the Bagoli. It was a high point for our team, coming on time, working resiliently, diligently. And the other high point is the event itself. It was very colorful, wonderful music. We had about 6 bishops in one place. I think that was a high point. I'll keep those pictures forever. I look at the album and I wear a smile as I go through the pages of that album.
We had a successful big one in Mityana this year with 220 couples walking down the aisle, and that was at the diocese in Mityana. To me, the highlight of it all was seeing the couples seated at the reception. 220 couples seated, man besides their wives, with a cake before them. It was a beautiful scene. It is something that you cannot forget.
We want to thank God for the year 2012. As the missions department, God has given us the grace to minister, and we know it's been because of His power, because of His presence, and because we have purpose to follow His purposes.
It's been a greatly stressful year financially, and some dreams haven't been accomplished as we expected. In terms of moving the work of the house has also been quite a challenge because of limited finances. But we're believing for the best in 2013.
2012 began with a recurring case that had been going on in court for the last 2 years. Every end of year since 2010, we were on a hunt. The police and the CID office would be calling us for interrogation, for intimidation every December.
2012 was the year when I faced the hardest of challenges in my life. Police and the judiciary all descended on us, saying that we had accused Robert Kayanja of sodomy.
So 2012 began with us expecting to defend ourselves, and the magistrate Mr. Wekesa was transferred to Nakawa court, and we got a new magistrate called Bulole, I think Julius Bulole, and there was conspiracy. They were planning to put us away. Money was exchanging hands, and suspense, tension, conspiracy going on. And you could see that every law or procedure in court was flouted, and we were heading for trouble. That's what I'll say. There is a TV, Christian TV, where the preacher was prophesying and saying he saw a vision, we are going to prison, and if it doesn't happen, he's not a prophet. So we knew that money had exchanged hands as it was in the past.
But I want to thank God, because by the close of 2012, the Lord had redeemed us, the Lord had redeemed His name.
Justice Julius Bulole, without listening to our defense, convicted us with a sentence of 1 million shillings each to pay a fine for defaming Kayanja, and 100 hours of community service.
Well, community service punishment, which they have given us this time, falls in the line of the things I do as a pastor. So it's in the area of my comfort.
I move where pain is. It's the Christ ministry. You are where people are. Only this time we were over deployed in one center. We feel after the first 4 days that we will need a longer time to stay here in order to bond well with this hospital. We made friends, we helped patients there to have food, to have medication. We were eventually blessed to go with the mission team on the day we wound up to take food, high protein foods, carbohydrates, clothes, and ministry, the ministry of the word to the people in the hospital. We visited the wards, we ministered to the doctors there. We started a fellowship which is running even up to now. We thank God that as the year was ending, God vindicated us through the news, showing Chris Moviru, one of the close associates of Namutebi, Chiwewesi, and Kayanja, doing his sodomy action on a young boy who is a soccer player. I felt vindicated, and so for me, I count it as a plus. The trial was long. We won because we did ministry, and not only that, God has vindicated us. Journey as a church is full of great lessons. We came into a bush 17, 18 years ago, and we have transformed this bush into a very habitable and beautiful place. But the process has always been the same, and the lessons that God continues to teach us is you must have a clear vision of what you want. You must believe that God grants the desires of your heart. Then you must confess that it's going to happen, and then you act in line of faith towards what you believe God wants to happen in your life. Then, after acting it out, you possess it. And all the four have happened in the life of our church as we have been building our new building. The House of Praise is a monumental building. It is a sign of faith, it is a sign of love. It's a building that has been put together without any foreign support. It is 100% locally sponsored and built, and it all began by believing that we can do it, speaking it out that we are going to do it, then acting. Acting doesn't mean to be passive, it means to be assertive, acting in an affirmative way to see that God's will is being done. So after acting it out, doing your best, checking that you are right in the right position with God, we now have a building which can seat a capacity of about 5,000 people comfortably. It's a new modern facility, and on the day we shall open it up, we believe it will be a monumental building which will draw thousands into the kingdom. We thank you for standing with us. Thank you for being on this address of Omega Healing Center, and we believe the best is yet to come. Come and enjoy with us 2013. God bless you.